من در این برنامه یک کوششی کردم که به اصطلاح ما صحبت داشته باشیم به طور مستقیم با دوستانی که اکتیویست هستن، فعال سیاسی هستن، فعال حقوق بشری هستن، از جمله دعوت کردم نه به عنوان یک مأمور دولت بلکه به عنوان یک انسان شهروند آمریکایی. از دوست عزیز دعوت کردم، ایشون هم خودشون اظهار علاقه کردن به طور مستقیم با دوستان صحبت بکنن. دوست عزیزمون آقای راجر آرنولد. Mr. Roger. Okay, we can hear you. Welcome you, Mr. Arnold, to our dialogue meeting with the Iranian people all over the world. I welcome you. Unfortunately, we can see your picture, but it's okay. You can tell us, introduce yourself for our attendees, please.
Yeah, my name is Roger Arnold. I live in Dallas, Texas. I am heavily involved in various activist programs here in the United States around human rights, social justice, and civil rights. One of the areas that I am particularly interested in is the Middle East, including the situation in Iran, and what's happening in Palestine. And so I'm here in that capacity. And one of my real interests...
Okay, sorry. Let me translate this because some of our colleagues, they don't talk English. So let me translate that. Mr. Arnold در واقع یکی از فعالین حقوق بشری است برای صلح و عدالت، یا همونجوری که ما داد میگیم، صلح و عدالت، peace and justice. ایشون جزء فعالین دالاس پیس سنتره و در حال حاضر یکی از توجهاتشون یعنی توی کمیته است مربوط به کمیته به اصطلاح میدل ایست، خاور میانه. و آقای آرنولد در عین حال مثل یک شهروند معمولیه. این به اصطلاح این کار رو اصولا دالاس پیس سنتر یک نان پرافیت ارگانیزیشن، یعنی یک سازمان غیر انتفاعی، سازمان دولتی و یا خصوصی و یا مذهبی و اینا نیست. Yes, Mr. Arnold, go ahead.
Yes, as I was mentioning, I'm very involved in local activism and particularly interested in the Middle Eastern issues, both here. Well,
okay, hold on here. من دارم ترجمه شروع میکنم. سریع بگم من اینوالو به فعالیت‌های چیز هستم، فعالیت‌های به اصطلاح فعالیت‌های مربوط به خاورمیانه، مربوط به حقوق بشر، مربوط به خاورمیانه. Yes, Mr. Roger, in order to not missing anything that you say, just give us 2-3 sentences, then let me to translate it and then go forward.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Yes, one of my interests is becoming a bridge here in the U.S. between the Middle Eastern communities, both here and abroad, and the broader American public, where I believe there are a lot of misperceptions of what the people of Iran, for example, are like, and there are lots of misconceptions about the practice of Islam, and so that's one of my goals at this point in my life. But be a bridge between the people in, say, Iran and the larger population in the U.S., the non-Muslim, non-Middle Eastern people of the United States. So white people like me and others who are not from the Middle East.
Okay. خب یکی از مواردی که به اصطلاح ایشون در واقع بخشی هم تکرار کرد که یکی از اینترستاش ارتباط بین مردم به طور مستقیم مردم ایران و مردم آمریکا هست و البته گفت میدل ایست به خصوص ایران. بذارید من از ایشون بپرسم که چرا الان این ارتباط اهمیت داره. اجازه بدید از ایشون بپرسم تا توضیح داده بشه تا بتونیم در فرصتی به اصطلاح به برنامه‌های دیگه برسیم. Mr. Arnold,
yes.
why right now it's important? What is the importance of dialogue between people of Iran and the United States? Why now? What is important now?
Well, it's been an issue for a long time, but ever since in the United States, since 9/11, there have been a number of stereotypes about the people in Iran. Well, not just 9/11; it actually goes back to the Shah, but and then the feelings toward Muslims have hardened generally since 9/11. We get bad images of what's happening in Iran. Go ahead. Do you want to translate? It looks like the people in Iran are saying that Americans are satanic and things like that, and so it causes Americans.
Okay. Hold on, please. چیزی که آقای آرنولد دارن میگن این هست که به خصوص بعد از 9/11 در واقع 11 سپتامبر در حقیقت نوعی تصویر بد از ایران ساخته شده، ایران و مردم ایران البته ساخته شده و بنابراین مردم نوعی به پیش زمینه منفی دارن نسبت به. حالا من البته نقل به معنا میکنم، واژه به واژه ترجمه نمی کنم، من نقل به معنا میکنم. Mr. Arnold, go ahead.
Yes, and at this point, I think I have a particular concern with our president Donald Trump and his escalation of the rhetoric about our relations with Iran. I'm concerned that there was a lot of talk in the United States that in the past with other countries has been a precursor to war. And
خب چیزی که ایشون میگه به خصوص در واقع اینجا به اینجا رسید که میگه الان در شرایط حاضر همین مسئله هست که دولت جدیدی که الان هست بیشتر این مسئله رو دامن زده و خب دوستانم دیگه از جای دیگه اگه لازم است تو آمریکا باشن دارن میبینن که واقعا عملا یک کشور هزار مشکل داره، هزار مردمش خودشون کلی مشکل دارن با اینا، بعد حالا از طرف کاخ سفید به عنوان دشمن مطرح میشه. تو سوریه میرن صحبت میکنه، وزیر امور خارجه میاد این صحبتو میکنه. بحث آقای راجر اینه که در حال حاضر، یعنی بحث کلیش اینه که الان مردم آمریکا نسبت به ایران اطلاعات درستی ندارن، تصویر بسیار بدی دارن و دولت موجود هم چندان کمکی به این قضیه نمیکنه. Mr. Arnold, go ahead.
Yeah, and so I think the problem is exacerbated or made worse by what's happening with the Israeli government and their position concerning Iran and the more bellicose nature of, or the more warlike talk that you hear in Israel, and in conjunction with the U.S.'s what appears to be increasing support of Israel in that dispute. I think that's problematic for all of us. I think Israel is, and the relationship between the U.S. and Israel is part of the issue. Well, not part,
okay,
it's a big...
hold on, please. Yes. آقای آرنولد میگن که یکی از مشکلات این رابطه است که بین دولت اسرائیل و موقعیتش در منطقه و سیاست خارجی آمریکا داره و این یکی از مشکلات این چون سیاست مشترکی در این زمینه دارن و طبعا البته با آقای دونالد ترامپ آغاز نشده ولی در واقع ایران یکی از میشود گفت دشمنان انگار صلح تمام جهان، حداقل از جانب دولت فعلی و خود دولت‌های قبلی هم بودن. شاید دوران اوباما چنین چیزی نبود، به چنین شدتی وجود نداشت، ولی الان درست انگار که تمام مشکلات از زیر سر ایران هست و اون وقت هم ممکنه بگن گاورمنت، ولی وقتی که صحبت از ایران میکنن مردم آمریکا ایران و دولتش و مردم همه رو یکی میدونن. Mr. Arnold, would you please just clear this more? So the bad image by the people, what would be the effect on the policy, the foreign policy of United States that's real close to the Israel foreign policy?
Well, I think that the U.S. has to recalibrate. This is my view. The United States has to recalibrate its relationship with Iran, and I think the lack of American really openness to the interests of all parties in the region is making the issue much worse. So I think that the U.S. has to quit becoming an automatic proponent of whatever Israel wants to do in the Middle East. I think it needs to stop, and I think that the discussions about the need for some kind of outside interference in Iran needs to end. Iran has its own issues. I mean, politically, that the Iranian people want to address themselves, and without the interference of countries like the United States, and certainly not Israel. And so that's what I want to see. I want to see America backtrack, put more pressure on Israel to back off. Get out of the affairs of Iran and other parts of the Middle East, and let those interests start to address their needs as they will. The U.S. can provide various types of assistance, that are to me military in nature, to people for humanitarian reasons and things of that sort, or for economic support. But I mean, I just think trying to regime change and think from the outside is not something that's our business, and I don't think it's in the. I don't think
because we have it. Okay. نکته ای که آقای آرنولد میگن که آقای راجر آرنولد میگن که خب مهمترین مسئله اینه که ما کمک بکنیم با توجه به تأثیرات بسیار اساسی که به خصوص در حال حاضر، به خصوص در کابینه فعلی در آمریکا، دولت دونالد ترامپ به شدت، و البته خب ما اینو میدونیم، نشون اشاره نکرد، ولی میدونیم که مثلا سیاست اسرائیل در منطقه سیاست دنبال صلح نیست. واقعیتش اینه. یعنی در کشوری که خودش بالای 200 کلاهک اتمی داره و اصولا عضو NPT نیست، داره میگه که ایران داره مثلا اتمی میسازه. بنابراین چیزی که البته گفتم من نقل به معنی عرض میکنم، ولی ایشون میگه که بهترین کاری که میشه کرد این که ما به اسرائیل فشار بیاریم که دخالت نکنه بیشتر، به خصوص در مورد ایران، چون در این تصویر سازی اسرائیل و کابینه فعلی بسیار تاثیر بیشتری داشتن و این اصلی است که باید انجام بگیره. Mr. Arnold,
yes.
What would be our action as a people? Because when we are talking about the government, we are talking about the government of Iran that almost no one, except those people they are involved in destroying of Iran and have the benefit of the dictatorship, almost majority of the people are against their government. But as you repeat that, as you said that, regime change is not United States responsibility.
Exactly.
It's not United States business. Regime change is our business, people of Iran business, not just our business, people of Iran business. That's what it is. They need to...
Yeah, it's not just Iran.
Go ahead.
It's not just Iran. I mean, I think that, you know, the U.S. is personally, I don't think the U.S. is playing a helpful role in its Middle Eastern policy generally right now.
Okay, hold on please. میگه فقط مسئله ایران نیست. پالیسی که هست فقط در رابطه با ایران نیست. پالیسی در واقع این اینترفر کردن یا دخالت کردن، این کار غلطه که خب توسط ایرانی‌ها که نمیتونه به انجام برسه و خب باید این پالیسی تغییر کنه. Go ahead.
Well, and I think that it's hard to talk to people at a high level and an abstract level about these issues because there's so much, so much of it goes through government. Is distorted by the way it's presented by governments to the world and to our own people, including people in the United States. So I think it's critical that we start to explore ways where we as a people can get to know each other and find ways to...
خب میگه که گفت یه مسئله پیچیده‌ایه که گاورمنت چیکار باید بکنه، ولی در واقع مسئله اصلی اینه که ما یکدیگر را بشناسیم. know each other. ما مردم ایران و مردم آمریکا، یعنی به اصطلاح مردم منظورم نه فقط سیاسی ها و کسانی که فعالیت های سیاسی میکنن، بلکه ما مردم از هم تصویر درستی داشته باشیم. What I was saying is just say you said we as a people need to know each other and have a good communication to see what's going on in Iran, what's going on in the United States, and help each other to have a government that be competent and work for the environment, work for the human rights, work for the better economy, work for the peace and all those things. What do you think?
I think that's absolutely correct, and I think it has to go even. I mean, it's really important that at the level of the people themselves, that we start to develop those relationships and just start to see what each other's lives are like, because the people of Iran have the same issues, the same desires, that we do. I mean, they're all shaped by different cultures and religion and all that, but I mean, we all want to work. We all want, to have families, be happy, just be able to have a life that's free of war, for example, and conflict. I mean, we're just people, all of us, in Iran and in the United States. But we have to find a way to reach each other and build these, these more concrete types of relationships between the people of each country, because the governments are not going to do that.
Okay, hold on please. خب پس بهترین چیز نمیدونم به روشنی همین صحبت به اولین گام این خواهد بود که ما مردم با هم دیگه مستقیم ارتباط داشته باشیم، همین کاری که الان داریم میکنیم و در حقیقت کاری بکنیم که بتوانیم با هم به کمک هم وضعیت بهتری رو ایجاد بکنیم، هر کدوم به نوبه خودمون، و این گام ها داره برداشته میشه. Roger, it's good to see. You can share. Just go ahead and click your webcam. Yes.
Yeah, I'm sure webcam. There we go.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Right.
Okay. People get tired of my face. They need to see your face.
This is much better.
Sure.
I had to go through 3 devices to finally get this to work.
This
I've been through my...
You can close this is the right one. You can close the other one. Okay, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah, and so as I was saying, I think that it's critical that we find these ways that we can, on a practical level, learn more about each other as human beings. And you can do that to some extent through things like film, the movies that we see. We're going to be, for example, at the Dallas Peace and Justice Center, we're going to be hosting a film festival of Iranian films. And
okay, hold on, please. I'm sorry. Let me translate that. So یکی از اقداماتی که دالاس پیس سنتر و ایشون به عنوان یکی از اعضای فعال اون در واقع در کمیته خاورمیانه مربوط به ایران دارن انجام میدن، یک فستیوال فیلمی است، فستیوال فیلم ایرانی البته، و قرار شد ما هم بهشون کمک بکنیم که این فستیوال در واقع برای آمریکایی‌ها گذاشته میشه که بتونن ما همدیگه رو در اونجا ببینیم و بیشتر اونا با فرهنگ ایران آشنا بشن به طور مستقیم‌تر، نه از طریق اقدامات. When Mr. Raja was talking about the film festival, that's one of the plan. When would be, and could you tell us a little more about that?
Yes, what we plan to do is host an event at which we will first look at and curate, say 4 or 5 films from Iran. And there are a number of great films, made in Iran, as we know. We will find those that show, that help to show what, the Iranian people, what their lives and the people are like. So we humanize them, right? We want people to see how their lives are much like our lives here. My attention is addressed in large measure to extending that kind of understanding to people who aren't from Middle Eastern countries and who are not, for example, Muslim. So there are a lot of white people, and we have Latinos and blacks and others who come from they are very unfamiliar with Iran, the Iranian people, the differences between Middle Eastern countries, different practices of Iran and things like that. And so what's happened in that void is that a lot of stereotypes that are unhelpful have been formed.
Okay, hold on. خب این فیلم فستیوال فیلم در واقع در رابطه با این هدف داره صورت میگیره و فقط سفیدهای آمریکایی، یعنی یوروپیان امریکن، آمریکایان اروپایی تبار فقط نیستن، از آمریکای لاتین هستن و از بعضی کشورهای حتی مثلا کشورهای دیگه، مثلا کشورهای دیگه خاورمیانه و در واقع افریکن امریکن ها، یعنی آمریکایان آفریقایی تبار، یا به هر حال خب طبیعتاً ایرانیان آمریکایی‌های ایرانی تبار هم نقش خواهند داشت، ولی بیشتر برای اینکه این people to people، یعنی آدم‌ها با هم بتونن با هم ارتباط داشته باشن. So it's going to be on, you said it's going to be on June 2019, correct?
Yes, that's correct. It's going to be this summer. It's tentatively scheduled for June of 2019, this summer. And that's one event. But what I'm hoping is that I'm very excited for the opportunity to be here today with you, because this is how this kind of thing begins. This kind of direct conversation.
Thank you. میگه که بله این که تو جون خواهد بود، ولی اقدامات دیگه که صورت میگیره اظهار خوشحالی میکنه و البته من میدونم اینو از ته قلب میگه، مثل ما زیاد اهل تعارف اینا نیست. میگه که خیلی خوشحالم که امروز با شما شرکت کردم، میدونم با مشکلات زیادی به هر حال تونست بیاد تو، منم بسیار خوشحالم که اومد. حالا به خودشم میگم، میگه که این در واقع آغازی است برای اینکه با هم بیشتر صحبت کنیم. صحبتایی که قبلا هم کرده بود، میگه این چیزیه که ما احتیاج داریم، مردم با مردم. And that's what it is. Go ahead, Mr. Arnold. I'm really appreciate you be here with us. That's the beginning of the people with people.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And so what I'm hopeful is that through forums like this and others that we can find, that we can start to have people interacting with people from both sides, right? And so, I mean, it's got to get down to a human level, you know, where it's person to person. And
Correct.
we get to...
Yes.
Go ahead.
در چیزی که داره میگه که خب در واقع تایید و به اصطلاح تأکید روی این مسئله است که اقداماتی نظیر این میتواند در این جهت کوشش بکند آن چیزی که جهان امروز ما عزیزان من آن چیزی که جهان امروز ما احتیاج داره آن چیزی که بعد از جنگ سرد ایجاد شده در حقیقت نقش مردم هست در سراسر جهان. ما مردم باید حکومت ها رو تعیین بکنیم نه حکومت ها برای ما تصمیم بگیرن. What I'm saying, Arnold, we need to take part to actually take care of our government to be to represent ourselves and to do the policy for the people.
Yes.
From people, for the people.
And part of what that requires is that we start to humanize each other, that we start to see each other as, you know, as human beings, you know, that have...
اولین قدم اینه که ما به humanize یعنی انسانیش کنیم و همدیگر رو به عنوان انسان در نظر بگیریم و ببینید چقدر این مطلب درسته. این دوستان عزیز ما در این به اصطلاح نان پروفیت در این سازمان غیر انتفاعی پیس اند جاستیس فعالیت میکنن اینه که ما انسانیم نباید بگذاریم چه حالا دیکتاتورها و یا افراد ناسالم تبهکار مثل برای ما تصمیم بگیرن میخواد هر کجایی باشه ما مردم نقش خودمون رو باید تو این زمینه انجام بدیم. Go ahead, Roger.
Right. And so, I mean, that's why a lot of this has to be initiated from the bottom, what we call the grassroots level. Because, I mean, what we see in the images of the American people, what we read in the press is largely driven by these large events that happen through, you know, that are filtered through political eyes of the government, right? And so when I see...
باید ما از grassroots یعنی ریشه grassroots یعنی از ریشه آغاز باید بکنیم برای اینکه سیاست‌های ما توسط به اصطلاح دولت‌هایی تعیین میشه که خب اونا الزاماً نظرات ماها مردم نیست. Go ahead, Roger.
Right, and so in these images that we see, I mean, it's typically the same kind of shot of, you know, a large group of people gathered in the streets of Iran, burning, you know, a U.S. president or something in effigy, and stepping on the flag and, you know, yelling, you know, things about America. And I understand why that happens, right? And it's not representative of the Iranian people.
Exactly. Hold on, it's important. اقدامی که صورت گرفت و نمیدونم پرچم آمریکا آتش زده شد و اینا که ما خودمون میدونیم ما این اقدام رو کسانی کردند که میخواستن سوء استفاده بکنن از بعضی از قضایا. حالا این رو من به آرنولد میگم ببینم نظرش در مورد شاه و دوران شاه چیه. به هر حال اینو تو تاریخشون خونده و ولی همون اقدام در اینجا صورت گرفت یعنی به نوعی یک نوع به صورت جدایی یک نوعی میگه حرکتی که اونجا بود حرکت مردم ایران نبود بلکه یک سیاست معینی بود و بیشتر بین ما جدایی انداخت. Go ahead, Roger.
Yeah, and so in order to start to move the you know people in this area, I mean, we see these limited we see these limited views of the people of Iran. Because they're so limited and they're always occurring in these highly politicized contexts, what that does is it enables people in the United States to generalize from those things that they see on TV because they don't have any other, they don't have any other images of the people, in Iran.
That's all that they see in TVs and other communication tools. It is the bad image of the people of Iran. Am I right?
Well, it develops that because all we see on TV are these images that are, very inflammatory toward the United States. So it looks to people here like Iranian people hate American people.
Okay, hold on please. میگه آنچه که داره نشون میده که البته همینجور هم هست دیگه خب که آنچه که در ایمیجینیشن اینا امکان حرف هست و بارها شنیدم که بارها شنیدم از آمریکایی ها میگن برای چی انقدر اینا از ما متنفرن. اینا میگه که این دیولوپ شده، یعنی این به اصطلاح تولید و توسعه پیدا کرده که مردم ایران از مردم آمریکا متنفرن. دوستان عزیز میدونن این چقدر تفاوت داره که ما بگیم آقا سیاست‌های تجاوزکارانه و جنگ طلبانه که منجر به کودتای 28 مرداد میشه یا آلترناتیو سازی الان داره میشه از یک چیزای خارج از کشور و محوریت این شخص و اون شخص و خمینی و نمیدونم اون یکی و اینا همش چیزایی است که ایمیج بدی، یه چیز بدی در واقع داده که بابا ایرانی‌ها بالکل از ما متنفرن. Go ahead.
Right, and so, what I really would like to see, I'm hoping this is the beginning of a dialogue between us. I would like this to be ongoing and not just, we have one interaction and, we learn something among ourselves and it doesn't go beyond that. I would love to use vehicles like this and others to try to start exploring ways where we can make that practical, where we can actually implement these ideas. I'd like to learn from this group, for example, what we here can do to show you what life here is like, what the people here are like, and we the same on your end, and then start talking about practical ways that we can communicate those things between our two countries. Right? Because at some point it can't be just talk. It's got to be getting down to the level of human beings.
Correct. Oh, okay. No. Sorry. Go ahead and finish what you were saying.
Yeah. People, when you meet people, like we met at the meeting yesterday, and we immediately hit it off. Right? Because we met as two human beings sitting next to each other at a table.
Correct, yes. And the other people, even they are not in the United States. I have maybe one person on this meeting that is coming from United States, and the rest of them coming from, actually they are in Turkey, they are Canada. I have people from Europe, Germany, and so forth. And Turkey. And this is going to be reported. Roger, thank you very much. Do you have a minute? If you have some message that you're going to give us, definitely we're going to continue this communication. This is just the beginning because for us, for the human being, the world is not going to be changed unless we get involved. We people get involved to that. Just say, tell us about. You have 1 minute to actually give your final message.
Yeah, I read a lot. I know a lot of people. I'm very involved and in issues involving. Middle Easterners in the United States today. I worked actively in this area. I know people. I know what they're like. I love them. Right? And I know the Iranian people are very generous, friendly, and welcoming people. I know that, and the same is true for an average American. we just have to be, and I can't emphasize this enough, it's got to be concrete and it's got to be done at our level, where we start an exchange. It can be in part cultural, it can be through discussions like this online, different ways, where we can break through this logjam, because otherwise nothing's going to change. Nothing's going to change. And then also on our end here, I think there are several of us that are working to try and criticize our current relationship with Israel, and call for recalibration of that arrangement. But we have to, as part of that, be able to, make the people of Iran seem like us, and Iranians around the world seem like us, not people who just, innately hate us, right? And also, to realize that Islam and, America is a country of many faiths. I mean, it's not a Christian country, it's not a this or that country. We have, there are probably 80 different faiths in the United States, right? And, there's little understanding among the people of the faiths that we have here, and very little understanding of Islam. And, I had spent time studying Islam, reading the Quran and, other material, taking a class in Islamic law to try and learn as much as I feasibly can. Not everyone's going to do that, but by me doing it here, I can help to create a message that presents a different image of Islam, of Iran and the Iranian people, the situation in the Middle East. But it takes people like us on this call who can go out through our normal relationships in life with that kind of goal. I mean, it's got to be a conscious goal to change.
Yeah. Yes, Arnold, the most important thing is people are different religion, different color, different culture, different even class of economy, everything. I mean, everything is different. In Iran we have Kurd people, Baloch people, Arab, and everybody, and different languages, but we are people. And religion is not the issue. Religion is the personal thing. It's in this best situation is your relationship with the God, and nothing to do with the government. So no government should interfere with the other people's idea of religion. That's the problem that we have with the dictatorship, Islamic dictatorship of Iran. We are not against Islam. We are not against we as a Democrat people. We are not against the beliefs of the people, religion, cultural, language, or whatever it is. That's their right to have religion or not having it. Their right to everybody's right to have their religion or not having it. So that's the problem. That's the problem with dictatorship. Dictatorship is they're trying to actually wipe out ourselves from the society. That's what the main problem with Iran. We need to please. This is the people of Iran saying we need the regime change, but that needs to be done by the people of Iran. Any interfere with the army or any other type of interfere is gonna situation the worst, and it's gonna make us chaos. Definitely, that's what it is. And thank you very much, Roger. Definitely, I know that other people. Let me just for the last thing, if there is a question, let me just if you give us like 5 more minutes to be with. Let me see. دوستان عزیزم اگر سوالی هست
من میتونم ازش سوال کنم.
One of the attendees is going to ask you a question. Would you just respond to that?
Absolutely.
I mean,
Thanks for your time and effort and understanding and our challenges in front of us. We value
Absolutely.
your time. We value your time and effort. And my question is, what do you think about pulling United States out of Syria? Do you think that's a wise decision to make? A lot of Republican and Democrats are against that policy, but a lot of socialist Democrats in the United States, you know, a lot of them, like the Rubin report, Chris Hedges, Greenwald, all of those guys are supporting pulling United States out of Syria. I just want to know your opinion.
I agree that we need to pull our troops out of and support out of Syria. I mean, I don't think that's our mission, right? I mean, I think we've made we've influenced enough the lives of people in countries abroad, and we have our own issues to go here as well. I think that the problem that we have in America is that we're a country that's been surrounded by water. We don't come into contact a lot with people from other countries. You have to travel to do that, and so there is very little understanding of anything about Syria specifically, the Syrian people, the Syrian conflict, for people to grab onto. And so that's where I think there's a lot of misunderstanding that comes into play. I think we need to pull out. Now, because we have relationships with some other countries, we have to tell them we're going to take it out over, whether it's a 90-day period or 60-day period or something like that, so that, they can make whatever adjustments they want to make. But we need to get people out of there, and stay in our own, stay in our own lane, as we say. We've been doing a lot of work here to try and educate, people, and to work to influence our representatives on the situation in Yemen, which is horrible, and people here don't understand the extent to which the U.S. through in-air fueling and things like that, and the use of bombs and military support have contributed to the humanitarian crisis in Yemen. And so, we've made some ground in that area. And I think that, one of the issues that we're going to be focusing on in the Dallas Peace and Justice Center this year is Syria, and start trying to make some of the same inroads there. And I think, again, for Americans, one of the things that you always have to start with is the fact that we know little as a people about the world. What we think we know a lot because we have news and all that stuff, but most Americans couldn't point to any country in the Middle East on a map, without the name written, and we know nothing about the situations that lead up to these conflicts and what our role is in it. And that's the problem. I mean, a lot of it is due to simple lack of knowledge. And that's part of the role that people like me can play, is to help, spread that clear information to the people we know in the broader community. I can do it, for example, on tools like Facebook, because I have 3,500, 4,000 friends on Facebook, and so I can reach a fairly significant number of people, through vehicles like that. But I want to get more, right? And so that's why I'm very plugged into this area right now. I mean, and not just in Iran, but in Syria, Yemen, Palestine. I mean, there are just so many areas that we need to address and get our thinking right about, and frankly, on both sides, right? I mean, I think there are a lot of misconceptions and things like that on both sides of the conflicts. And, that again is where having an informed population, that understands that people are people wherever they are, helps to break that down. One thing I did on my Facebook page, and it was very powerful, was I used the images of children from Yemen, right? And images of the bus that was bombed in Yemen that killed 42 children, I think, where the bomb was manufactured in the United States by Lockheed, we believe. I put those things on my Facebook page, and they were shared by many, many times. And people were shocked by some of the things that they saw through those images, and what I was able to explain about what was happening there on the ground, and that helped a lot. That changes not. You're talking about 4,000 people. You're not going to change 4,000 lives, but you're going to change the way that a number of people through vehicles like that view the world. They develop a greater interest in it. We provide some information just through, our accounts on Facebook and things like that. And I think that needs to happen. And, not just for Iran, but for Syria and other places. So I agree that we need to pull out of Syria. I agree with Bernie Sanders on that one. And I'm disappointed that, that a number of Democrats have, and frankly, I don't even think it's because of Syria. I think it's because it was a response to Trump. There's so much there's such a dislike of Trump among Democrats in the U.S. today, or a number of Democrats, I should say, that that's a case where maybe it's because the move was unexpected and drew a lot of immediate criticism from the military leaders. The Democrats may have jumped on it in part because it's an opportunity to criticize Trump. Not so much that they have an issue on the merits of leaving, because I think most Democrats, the principles that we all hold, would tell us that we need to get out of there. I don't know if that responds to your question.
پس سوالتون رو بفرمایید که جوابش رو بعدا هم دوستان توجه داشته باشن، بعدا دوباره از ایشون دعوت میکنیم که بیان و سوال بکنن. Mr. Arnold, there is Mr. Salim is calling from Turkey. He has a question. He's going to say in English.
Okay.
Mr. Rager, you will come to my program. I get my answer. But I think the people of Iranian whom against our political Iran governments. What's your idea about Iranian people? I hope your idea is different of American governments. Thank you very much.
It was a comment. It was I think it wasn't a question. I think he's hoping you don't put the Iranian government with the Iranian people with the government of Iran.
Oh, absolutely. And I hope you don't put me with Donald Trump.
Yeah, and you know that. We people know. Definitely in Iran, we know that this government is not representing the people of Iran, and that's our duty, people of Iran duty, outside of Iran or inside of the Iran, especially inside of the Iran, all the people, that's their business to change the government, because that's the main problem, main issue in Iran. The issue is not United States. I'm talking about Iran. It is in Iran. That's what we think. This government is not representing our people. So this is the big issue in Iran, main issue in Iran. Roger?
Yeah, let me just say, yes. Let me just say that, I mean, I am here because I know that we all have a common interest and view. You guys are my friends, right, already. Because I know that we are on, you know, we share a similar view of the world and what's in the best interest of us all. And not just, you know, these countries, but people generally. I mean, we need to get rid of conflict in the world. And we just have to, things become too dangerous. Yeah, and there's too much intensity, and it would be too easy now for something major to happen based on a minor incident. And it's all unnecessary. It's all pointless. And that's something we just have to all work on. I have no misconceptions about you or the Iranian people. I absolutely, yeah, I mean, I'm with you. Mark's with you 100%.
I know you don't. Because, yeah, I know you don't. Thank you very much, Roger, for being with us. میکروفون بدیم به آقای امیر عزیزم. خلاصه چیزی رو که گفته شده بیان بفرمایید برای دوستان تا این بحث رو ببندیم و وارد بحث بعدی بشیم. امیر عزیز.
فکر کنم همه انگلیسیشون خوبه، متوجه شدن چی میگه. سوال من این بود که ترامپ که میدونین گفته که میخواد از سوریه بیاد بیرون و از افغانستان مثل نیروهاش میخواد بکشه بیرون. یه مشکلی تو امریکا هست که این ترامپ انقدر نمیدونم شما که شاید تو خارج هستی متوجه نشید، ما که اینجا هستیم بیشتر شاید متوجه میشید. یه جو هیستوریک ضد ترامپ اینجا شده که دیگه هر نوع سیاستی، هر چیزی، مثلا نمونهش این CNN از صبح تا شب فقط مسئله شده ترامپ و make good money. CNN در سال گذشته $1 میلیارد سود داشته به خاطر اینکه همین تبلو میزنن. البته من این سوالم این نبود، ببخشید، من سوالم این بود که سوریه بالاخره خوبه یا بد. ایشون جواب دادن و در چیز سوریه دموکرات‌ها و جمهوری‌خواها هم کنگره همه به اصطلاح یه جورایی مخالفت یا موافقتشون ابراز نکردن که یه ذره ترجمه‌آور بود. چون وقتی که و دموکرات‌ها هم جمهوری‌خواها یه جوری سکوت یا مخالف، ولی چپ امریکا مثل آدمایی که اینجا چپ هستن و سوسیال دموکرات اینا از این پالیسی خیلی حمایت کردن. اونا مثل بقیه ضد مثلا ترامپ و 100% نیستن، از پالیسی های مختلف دفاع میکنن. این از پالیسی اومدنشون از سوریه رو آدم مثل گلنوال، کریس هیجز، The Young Turks، The Rubin Report، اینا همه موافق اومدن ترامپ از سوریه بودن. برای من خواستم موضع ایشون چیه، این فکر میکنم خوبه یا نه. این جوابش این بود که جواب موضع خودش این بود که ایشون هم از اومدن خارج شدن نیروها از سوریه حمایت میکنه و تا بعد یه پریودی مثلا 3 ماه 6 ماه یه جوری باشه که نیروهایی که دیگه اونجا هستن منطقه رو اونجا رو پر کنن، یه تایم پریودی میخواد و موافق اومدن نیروها از سوریه است. و میگفت ما اینفورمیشن راجع به سوریه کم داریم یا اینفورمیشن داریم از همین میدیایی که دولت و ایناست و احتیاج داریم که با مردم سوریه بیشتر در تماس باشیم و صحبت کنیم و نیازها و خواستهاشون و مسائل مختلف سوریه رو خیلی بسیار ما کم میدونیم. برای همین نیازش احساس میکنه که امروز مثلا با ایرانی‌ها یا داخل ایران با مردم کوچه و بازار و محله که رابطه برقرار کنن که با یه اندرستندینگ بهتری از ایران و مسائل ایران و این چیزای ایران داشته باشن. بنابراین از این پوینت آف ویو به اصطلاح میگفت که باید ما بیشتر با سوریه با کانکت برقرار کنیم با تمام خاورمیانه. ولی اون پالیسی‌هایی که در دالاس پینک سنتر مثل بمبگذاری یمن هست، به اصطلاح ایشون گفت من خودم تو فیسبوک فعالم، حدود 3500 تا 4000 فالوور فیسبوک دارم و تمام این بمبایی که اخیراً بمبی توی چیز انداخته بودن که 40 خورده بچه کشته شده بودن و این هواپیما به وسیله هواپیمای آمریکایی سوختگیری میشه که میره اونجا بمباران میکنه و این بمبا رو لاکی مارتین، یک کمپانی همین دالاس هم هست، همینجا ما هستیم، یکی از کمپانی های میلیتری اینجا که اونا رو به صورت پرودیوس میکنه، تولید میکنه. بنابراین اینا رو میگه من گذاشتم و خیلی اینا رو شیر کردم و خیلی اینا رو نمیدونن، خیلی اینا رو نمیدونستن و خیلی ریسپاند خوبی داشته. یه پرابلمی که تو چند تا پرابلم، یه پرابلمی که اینجا سیاستمداران اون لایه بالای آمریکا میدونن، ولی لایه‌های پایین‌تر لوکال پالیتیشن و لیبرال‌ها هستن که وظیفه من، شما یا هر کسی تو هر کشور دیگر نمیدونم، ولی تو امریکا که به اون لایه‌های پایین‌تره که یا لیبرالن یا سوسیال دموکراتن و لیمیتد اینفورمیشن دارن و چجوری اینفورمیشن در وقتی که در اون سطح لیول‌های پایین‌تر اینفورمیشن اکسپاند کنه بعد به بالاتر میرسه، به مثلا نمایندگان مجلس میشه و رأی‌ها تاثیر میذاره. برای این از اون پوزیشنی که اومده و خودش هم هست و فعالیت میکنن میخوام متوجه بشیم کجا وایستاده تو پولیتیکال سیستم آمریکا. برای همین نیازش میبینه که باید راجع به ایران و همه خاورمیانه رو مثال زد که باید بیشتر اطلاع داشت. میبخشید زیاد حرف زدم.
خواهش می‌کنم. نه، ممنون از توضیحاتی که دادی.